I think it's about time I got on one. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Go for a ride. I'd love to hear what you think.
Okay. Let's fire this bad boy up. Now that is what I call a sewing machine sound, but it's not meant to sound nasty, okay? Don't be down on it. Okay, this is more like a traditional Japanese motorbike. Sandro did say to me, just remember, Rog, it's just like one of those. And I said, problem with that is that I've never ridden a Japanese motorcycle, apart from a very short stint on a Yamaha V-Star at the end of 2016. I've always been on a Harley. So this thing, I am definitely compromised on this thing, and the foot pegs are that, well, to me they're that far back, but to people that grew up on that style of bike, it's not a problem. Let's just ease our way down the driveway here. Visor down. Again, I'm not used to it because I've never ridden a bike with this type of configuration. But for me, it's totally foreign because it feels like someone has grabbed my legs and pinned them so far back, it's not funny. So this will be some fun. The Harley-Davidson X 350. Lambs approved, obviously. As Sandro said, after a 3-year hiatus, Harley-Davidson re-entering the Lambs approved motorcycle space. I don't normally hear this, but I can feel hear a tremendous amount of noise coming through this helmet. I really hope that it's not affecting the audio. Well, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't a little uncomfortable, but again, I'm tall, I weigh a fair bit, and I'm not meant to be on small bikes like this, so you've got to disregard anything that I say in relation to comfortability, because if you're 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", something like that, then it's going to be much more practical for you. Is this thing going to give me whiplash? Is it going to be a pure exhilarating experience today? No. Again, not designed to be. It's a Lamb-approved motorbike. And 350cc versus the 500. So for those people who are a little bit apprehensive, definitely want to get into the riding community, but a little bit apprehensive to start with. And for some reason, 500 may prove or may appear to be a little bit too much for them to handle. Well, here you go. The X350 is at your service. It's a very surreal experience for me and anyone else that might be trying it that has traditionally been on bigger Harleys. Is that the combination of the peg position and the degree of lean on the seat makes me feel like I'm definitely slouching toward the bars. And people out there might be hearing me say that and thinking, yeah, duh, that's the perfect riding position. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just not used to it. So the gauge there, just slightly off centre. I'm normally a big fan of symmetry. I'm not that fussed about that, meaning that I'm okay with it. Small little settle bars, thin grips, but still comfortable enough. Nice big mirrors, as you can see. Yeah, nice funky little design, inverted forks. Obviously, with the lower of the two options in the X range, the 350, my feet quite easily touch the ground. Well, they do on the Street Glide Special anyway, so they're certainly going to on this thing. Stock seat is, apart from looking fantastic, it's pretty comfortable. Comfortable enough. Again, it depends on where you're riding, how long you're riding for. On the X range, we've got the more traditional indicator setup, as you can see there, where you've got to push it left or it's on one side. So you've got to push it left if you're going left, push it right if you're going right, and apparently I've got to depress it to cancel it. Again, I'm not used to that. Yep, can clearly see the indicator lit up there. Nice and easy to see, even though it's a bright, glary, sunny day. And away we go. Horrible clunky gear change, but that was all me, rider error, not the X350. It's getting along. Is that another siren I can see behind me? It is. Let this guy get in front of me. A tremendous amount of wind coming up through that helmet. Again, I rarely, if ever, hear that coming through this helmet. I am on a naked bike without the fairing, of course, so that could be part of the problem. Maybe he's after me for riding at breakneck speeds on the X350. I tell you what, this thing is super comfortable through those turns, through the corners and the little sweepy bits. Very well balanced in my opinion. It's just a little bit of lean there. Yeah, that feels good. Not clunky at all, very balanced, very smooth, and responsive enough for a 350cc. I think that's a right level of responsiveness when you pull the throttle. For a Lambs approved brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycle, for only $8.5 grand or thereabouts retail. Good work, Harley. Good work re-entering this Lamb space. You've done well. Certainly in urban areas like this, I don't feel inadequate on this bike. I don't feel like it's underpowered to ride in urban areas like this. You're not really fanging it around any quicker, much quicker than this on a big bagger and that anyway. I don't feel like I don't belong out here because I'm on this thing. Yeah, nice lean, nice lean. Remember that the indicators are on the left, Rog. There we go. Let's see if I can remember to cancel them. Nice responsive front brake. I normally don't grab a front brake anywhere near that quickly. Just testing it out, folks. I am absolutely flat out surprised at how quickly I've become or felt comfortable on this thing. Even at my height and size, if I had to ride this for an hour or two to get somewhere, to take it to somewhere for somebody else, I could comfortably do it easily. Now it'll be a nice little test a kilometre or two down the road from where we are right now, because the road in some areas gets just a little bit bumpy. Interesting to see how the X350 handles it with the fork setup that this thing's got. Interesting to see how the suspension and this seat takes it. That's, you know, I was going to say it's zippy. I feel like it's zippy, but a lot of people will hear me say that and go, dude, it's a 350. But what I want to say is for a 350, it's zippy. It's responsive. Now, Sandro was saying that these things are meant to be manhandled, like really get in there and get those revs up. Bit hard where I am right now, given the amount of cars that are in front of me, but I can see where he's coming from. And when I have given it a little bit of a wrap, it's responded. This bike has responded. Oh yeah. Well, I think if you're a new rider and you're looking for a LAMS approved motorcycle, and Harley-Davidson is a brand that you're considering riding, or you might be a seasoned rider and your partner or a friend is looking to start riding and you're already in the Harley family, then I would definitely, at the very least, be saying to that person who is about to start riding, go and check these bikes out. And depending on their height and weight, how they ride, how confident they are, how much power they think they're going to need given where they're intending to ride, that could play a role in determining whether you're on the X350 or the X500. But I would jump on both. I would definitely jump on both. But put it this way, looking at these bikes, you wouldn't look at them and think, nah, not interested. They look crap. I think they look great. That's my opinion, but they're not lacking in the looks department. But what you will get, whether it's the X350 or the X500, is obviously a brand new bike. I believe they're well engineered. They are super comfortable and they are very, very well balanced. So you will feel confident either straight away or very quickly on this bike, on one of these bikes. You just will. They won't let you down. The bike won't let you down. Sounds like a Rex owner ad. Go, baby. Yeah, Sandro was spot on. You've got to give these things a bit of a yank, pull that throttle back, get the RPM up, get these things moving. They will respond. I'll just let you in on a little bit of a secret, sports fans. I know that this is not a sport bike or a sport tour or anything like that, but it's a lot closer to one than what I'm used to riding. And just the sound of this thing and my foot position, feet position, and just the way that I'm going into corners a little bit differently to what I'm used to, there's at least 1% of me right now that's thinking, whoa, maybe I'd like to ride a sport bike one day just to see what it's like. Never been on one in my life. Never been on a sport bike, sport tourer. Only been on a trail bike once, and I was forced to do that to pass my P's test. I was on a chook chaser to do my P's. How about that? That was a successful run. Well, I've certainly really enjoyed this review ride of the Harley-Davidson X350, which makes me very excited to jump on the X500 because that's going to be a little bit taller, a little bit more comfortable for me and will certainly be another level in power. Give me that 500, baby. There it is. Okay, so X500 time. We've been on the X350 and that was a blast, as I said. I really enjoyed it. I instantly have a little more room on this thing. But this thing, oh, I think they're on a winner. The look, the feel, the characteristics. Oh, out of the way, Subaru. Can't you see the X500's got to stretch its legs? Come on, man.